This is how to run a $5 million PT practice working just 20 hours a week. In this video, I'm going to show you how a $5 million practice runs while the owner works just 20 hours a week. I used to believe that all I needed to do was provide excellent care and success would follow, and that was the biggest lie that I've ever told myself. And if you're a PT practice owner grinding away in patient care thinking that that's where you belong with, then you need to hear this. Not only have I transformed my own practice using these methods, but I've also helped hundreds of other PT owners do the same. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how one of my clients built a $5 million practice while reclaiming his time and his freedom. And to do that, let me tell you about Steve, a PT practice owner from Florida who accidentally stumbled upon the secret to scaling his practice to $5 million. Many years ago, Steve signed up for our executive training program, and he would be taking several trips to our Florida office to train on the leadership and management skills necessary to run any organization. And he was super excited to get himself fully on top of his business. Unfortunately, within 10 days of signing up on the program, he had fractured his scaphoid and was going to be in a cast for 8 weeks. He was devastated. Oddly enough, I was excited. I called Steve up and I said, "Hey, did you happen to fracture the scaphoid on your writing hand?" He goes, "No." Well, this scaphoid fracture ended up being one of the best things that ever happened to him. He couldn't treat patients for at least 8 weeks. He could only manage and lead his organization. He wasn't sure how to do it. Fortunately, he couldn't do anything else but train as an executive and quickly implement his training into his practice. Once his cast came off, he realized that he could reach his goals that he set out for his practice if he stayed out of direct patient care as much as possible. Steve would step in here and there, but he mostly had other clinicians delivering the care. He built a $5 million practice. I want to share with you how he did it. Step 1, stop thinking and start doing. The greatest excuse that most owner-operators have when it comes to managing and leading their organization effectively is they justify their inaction with the excuse of, "I just don't have time." Successful practice owners have the same amount of hours in a day as you do. One has to choose to take action to build their practice and make it more important than fixing Bob Smith's back condition. Someone else can treat your patients, but no one else is going to steer except you. Steve, because of his wrist fracture, could no longer lean on the crutch of, "I'm too busy treating patients to take care of blah, blah, blah." Now, you don't have to fracture your wrist, but you do need to get your team to take on more patient care so that you can drive your practice expansion. Step 1 is to stop thinking and start doing. Step 2, be willing to be 49% wrong. There is no perfect practice. There never will be. One can only strive toward perfection. You only need to be 51% right to make it. Competence comes about by making decisions and executing on those decisions. See something through all the way to the end. It is unfortunate how often I'll see practice owners who are absolutely dominated by their staff. Last week, I was visiting a new client in Michigan. A super nice lady, perhaps a little too nice. She had a biller along with a front desk who were simply just not getting the job done and putting the practice in financial risk from poor revenue cycle management and schedule book control. Her solution was to hire a $62,000 employee who walked around picking up the drop balls that these two staff members left behind and would handle it personally. Her reason for this hire was because she was too busy treating patients who demanded to be seen by her and only by her. So she just didn't have the time. Well, that wasn't true. She lacked the courage. She lacked the ability to face the problem head on and tackle it. She was stressed and overworked. While sitting with her one-on-one, I asked her what she would do if she had the ability to confront anything and anyone in her practice and needed to figure it out fast, without hesitation, without any hesitation at all. She said, "I would replace the front desk with Emily from the back, and I let go of the biller and replace her with somebody that I interviewed about 3 weeks ago who I thought was a really amazing person. She did the billing for 3 physician offices, she's super competent. And then I would let go of my office manager who really doesn't manage the office at all, but only just runs around picking up all these drop balls." In under 2 minutes, she figured it out. I received this email from her the next business day. "The office is quiet with increased patient visit and better control. I can't believe it in such a short period of time. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the future." You only have to be 51% right to make it. Here's how most practice owners experience the fear of being wrong. The owner has an idea. He or she really has thought it through, right? And can see how it could really benefit the practice in some way or make it run more efficiently. After presenting the plan to the team turns on the owner and puts him or her into doubt about the workability of their idea. The owner backs off, They think about it some more. They decide it's not worth upsetting anyone, even though it really would better things if it was implemented. See, they won and you lost. There's no perfect practice and there's no perfect plan, but one thing's for sure, if you're standing on the brakes for fear of being wrong, you will regret it. If not now, someday. Steve took action and he made mistakes. When he was wrong, he admitted it. He wouldn't tolerate anything less than a solution-oriented team and routed off the team problem-oriented staff, which leads us to step 3. Be product-oriented, not process-oriented. If you take any write-up that details the steps necessary to accomplish something in your practice, I bet money that if you were to observe the task being done, the staff member doing it didn't really follow the step-by-step process exactly. Yet, the job of the task got done. There is a process and there is a product. The product could be what one completes on the job that's measurable and has value. A scheduled patient is a product. How to schedule a patient is a process. An authorized plan of care is a product. How to get a plan of care authorized is a process. A Google review is a product. How to ask for a review is a process. Steve recognized in his newfound leadership role that some of his staff needed to have a step-by-step process to follow to get things done, whereas others, he could just simply ask them to handle something and they got it done. He didn't have to show them how to do it. Over time, it was easy to see that the best staff members simply got things done, and his subpar staff would whine about not knowing how to do something and wouldn't take action on their own to kind of figure it out on their own, right? So Steve let go his subpar, draw me a picture, and don't use big words staff, and developed the rock star team that he has today. Don't tolerate mediocrity. If you tolerate mediocrity, don't be surprised when it happens. Build a team that has a product orientation of getting things done and your practice will soar. So to recap, the 3 things that you must do to build a multi-million-dollar practice and have the freedom to really enjoy your success is: number 1, stop thinking, start doing. Number 2, be willing to be 49% wrong. And number 3, be product-oriented, not process-oriented. If you want my help or my team's help as you begin to implement this, there's going to be a link down below where you can jump on a quick strategy call where we can show you exactly what this would look like in your practice. Thanks.